All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. It is September 3rd, 2025, and you're opening up a lot calmer than yesterday. So, if you remember, we started off the month, there was like 15 different headlines, everybody going crazy, and we were down, I think like 1.8 by the time the market opened up. And now, this morning, you're doing good because of what happened after the bell yesterday. Pretty much, there was a big case with Google. They don't have to sell Chrome. I thought it was only related to the App Store, so that was really good news for them, and they benefited. Apple went up, and long story short, you got like a 6% Mag 7-day, so there's still all of the other stuff that we were talking about with bonds and yields and what could happen, and even the jobs data and what we're going to be getting on Friday. You are going to hear more about the Fed. We heard a little bit about Basant and what he will be doing, but you got a little bit of relief. I think the real question is whether or not it's going to hold up. And just don't forget, these data weeks, man, it has been very high stakes. So we'll see where it all leads us. We'll see how it goes, Chatadonia. But it's Wednesday. It's the middle of this Wednesday, bro. Oh, good morning. How you doing, baby? What up, Ansel? What up, Ben Stone, Epic Eric, Tim Whitman, Battleborn, Malcolm, Mr. Sandman, Ivy, Samuel. Good morning, baby. What up, Mr. Edwards, Battleborn, Tyree, IPOC, the strong term, Mr. Malone, Edwin, you say, JJ, Godfather, bro. What's going on, Blue? Quick Cinco, James, Avery, Thomas, Caleb, Max. Oh, my goodness. Good morning. Are you ready for Wednesday, Benson? Are you ready, Frajito, El Chapato, Brian Hunter, Roof, Bruno, Senor, NRG? What's going on, baby? Are you ready, Chatadonia? Oh, the chat. Oscar. Oh, the chat. God bless America. Shout out to Vets, baby. This is, oh, wow. That's how you, it's Wednesday. I know, it's Wednesday, baby. So here's Josh AI with the news. Good morning. Top overnight news, corporate federal judge says Google not required to sell Chrome, but must share search data with competitors. Bloomberg, Reuters, FT. Companies surpassing earnings estimates largely by reducing expenses and improving efficiency. Link. Apple loses lead AI researcher for robotics to Meta, continuing talent exodus from company. Bloomberg. Activist investor Holdco Asset Management plans to launch board fight at Comerica in push to get bank to sell itself. Reuters. Moody's puts Kraft Heinz's credit ratings under review for potential downgrade following decision to split business. Bloomberg. Walt Disney agrees to pay $10 million to settle FTC allegations of unlawful children's data collection. Reuters. White House revokes waiver for TSMC, allowing it to send chip-making equipment to China. FT, Bloomberg, Reuters. Major air cargo operators warn of capacity crunch due to aging fleets and aircraft delivery delays. FT. U.S. financial watchdog's rule change may allow banks to hide troubled loans. FT. Trade tariffs. Trump says will ask SCOTUS to expedite ruling on appeals court decision blocking reciprocal tariffs. CNBC. Corporate America may seek refunds after a court ruled Trump's global tariffs unlawful, potentially worth billions. Axios. Trump says he's not considering lowering 50% tariffs on India. Bloomberg, but trade negotiations continue. Reuters, Bloomberg. Markets. Treasuries fall, pushing U.S. 30-year yields near 5% amid global bond sell-off and budget concerns. Bloomberg, FT. Longer-dated JGB yields hit fresh highs amid pickup in concerns about fiscal pressures, supply, and political uncertainty. Bloomberg. Bond issuance on Tuesday totaled at least $90 billion as companies rush to take advantage of strong demand. Bloomberg. Bond investors urge UK Chancellor Reeves to prioritize spending cuts over tax increases amid rising debt. FT. Central banks, Bessent planning to start interviews for Fed chair on Friday. Link. Court filings from Fed Governor Cook argue Trump lacked valid grounds to remove her. Mortgage fraud charges were cherry-picked. Bloomberg, New York Times.
Japanese PM Ishiba and Boj Governor Ueda discuss economy as yen weakens amid resignation pressure. Bloomberg, ECB's Mueller says it makes sense to keep rates on hold. Bloomberg, Dolink says next ECB move could be to hike rates. Bloomberg, energy, OPEC Plus may consider increasing oil production at Sunday's meeting to regain market share. Reuters, economy, U.S. holiday spending is projected to decline 5.3% as Gen Z shoppers reduce expenditures amid uncertainty. Axios, private gauge shows acceleration in China's services activity, aided by stronger rise in new business and exports. Reuters, China's wealthy are investing in snowball derivatives again, seeking higher returns despite regulatory curbs. Bloomberg, Eurozone economy grows slowly in August, with services growth offsetting improved manufacturing output. Reuters, UK services sector activity rose to its fastest pace in over a year, driven by rebounding orders. FT, Japan's service sector growth slowed in August, with staffing cuts despite robust domestic demand. Reuters, consumption drives larger than expected rebound in Australian GDP growth. Reuters, Washington, D.C. Appeals Court allows FTC Commissioner Rebecca Slaughter to resume her role following Trump's attempt to remove her. Reuters, Trump aides plan to reboot mega bill marketing for GOP, emphasizing working families after branding concerns. Politico, geopolitics, Trump takes aim at China military parade, accusing Beijing, Russia, and North Korea of conspiring against U.S. Bloomberg, Axios. Trump says he's disappointed with Putin over Ukraine, alludes to some form of response. Reuters, French finance minister warns budget deficit cuts may be compromised if PM Bayrou loses confidence vote. FT,
there's more. S&P futures, they are up by 0.3. Wednesday morning trading comes after U.S. equities pulled back on Tuesday, though ended well off of their worst levels. Tech, particularly semis, capital goods, financials, transports, and chemicals among the laggards. Retail, biotech, managed care, and precious metals outperform. Treasuries little change to a touch weaker off the worst levels, up 1 basis point on the short end, and the long end little change, having just been hovering below 5%. Dollars down by 0.1, gold is up by 0.6, Bitcoin is up by 0.8, and WTI is down by 2.1 on the latest OPEC headlines. Market bouncing despite a continued backup in yields in the face of a fairly steady Fed easing expectation. Probability of a September cut is now over 90%, better than feared. Remedies out of the Google search trial providing some support after big tech lagged on Tuesday, although some pullback of the start of the month lagged incremental catalysts and could be limited by positioning dynamics and a resilient buy the dip narrative. Pretty quiet from a headline perspective as the market waits for non-farms on Friday. A lot of articles about the global bond yield backup and curve steepening moves, with deficit spending, supply pressure, including from the deluge of corporate issuance, sticky inflation, and central bank independence concerns among the culprits. Bessent reportedly to begin interviews for Fed chair on Friday. Reuters said OPEC Plus to consider another production boost in its meeting on Sunday in an effort to regain market share. Financial Press article discusses how companies are surpassing earnings estimates largely by reducing expenses and improving efficiency. Jolts job openings and factory orders on the economic calendar today. In addition, Fed Governor Waller reiterated the presence or preference to cut in September, could see multiple cuts in the coming months. St. Louis Fed Musalem speaks at 9 a.m. while Fed Beige Book is out this afternoon. ADP private payrolls, final Q2 non-farm productivity and unit labor cost, initial claims and trade balance, and ISM services on Thursday. August employment report caps off the week on Friday, looking for a 75,000 increase in payrolls. Google, boosted by ruling it won't have to divest Chrome and will be able to continue making deals with some distribution partners for the preloading or placement of products and development, particularly positive for Apple. Dollar Tree beat and raised. Though tariff timing helped. Macy's beat with Q2 comping positive for the first time in 13 quarters. White House revoked waiver for TSM that allowed it to send chip-making equipment to China. KNX, the country's largest truckload carrier, came out with support for planned merger between UNP and NSC. CMA reportedly under activist pressure to pursue sale. HQY beat and raised with takeaways positive on strong performance in custodial, record GMs, and share gains. ZS fiscal Q4 ahead with street positive on billings, and mixed Q1 with full-year guide described as noisy amid contribution from Red Canary acquisition. Wow. And Zelensky says he'll meet with Trump on Thursday. Or he'll try to. There's more. There is a more, my friend. The pre-market moving. Google. 6.3. Judge rules Google will not have to divest Chrome. Opera's up. Apple's up. SMR is up 5.5. FTI is up by 4.1 to be added to S&P Midcap 400. NOK is up by 3.6. BNP upgrade. TRU is up by 1.6. Needham upgrade. FIG up. Tesla, Circle, all trading higher. No news. Macy's up 11.9 off earnings. RevG 8.1 off earnings. PGen 4.7. 125 million loan agreement. HQY 4.4 off earnings. Biohaven up 3. Raymond James initiates strong buy. ARDX up 2.2. Raymond James initiate strong buy. CPB up 1.7 off earnings. GEG is up by 27 off earnings. AZ 6.6, 55 million purchase order with M. Yokanoff and Sons. TechX up 4.2. Oppenheimer initiates outperform. Hive is up by 4.1. PKST 3.1. Truist upgrade. VIR 3. Evercore initiates outperform. Gold and silver stocks trading higher, trading lower. SFD down 6.1. 16 million shares offered by WH Smith. Toast down 4. Dollar Tree down 3.5 off earnings. CF down 1.2. Tech down 1.2. Launches comprehensive operation review. QB action plan. BABA down 1.1. A ready research upgrade. WVE down 19. Data from phase 1-2 trial. BRKR down 9.8. Public offering of 600 million of mandatory convertible preferred stock. CXM down 2.9 off earnings. MOYS down 1.9. 9 million offering. TRMD down 1.6. Fernley downgrade. LUD down 11. HYMC down 4. And select oil names lower after OPEC news. That's it, bro. That's it. It's not bad. You're up at 0.3. Again, you also have your boy Google and all of that pretty much adding to everything. And then we are awaiting the data, my friends. 4 months of push-ups and long term. Damn, I know a lot of push-ups, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and houses and marriage and a lot of you guys have been doing a lot, bro. Long term. Oh yeah. Baba got an upgrade and went down. Again, they were outperforming the last couple days, like we talked about. China has they have stuff going on domestically, and then how they tie into all of the news cycle and trade with the United States. But yeah, they got an upgrade today. They went down. I mean, yesterday, though, everybody went down. They held up. So we will see. Long term. Oh, yeah. I need to go get me, what's it called? I might need to get me a carbo. I didn't even get to go to the bathroom, but we're done. We're really early. That's it. So if you have any questions, we got like 10 minutes. I only have like 4 or 5 plays I'm going to be looking at. I do think commodities will be important. And then just remember, high stakes. So you moved a lot yesterday. Yesterday had a lot of uncertainty. I mean, there was a lot of topics people were going over, but like I'm telling you here, you are going to be getting that jobs report. And we've seen, and now even today it went up. You're doing good just because of the Google news. So just factor that in. You're going to get a lot of back and forth. I would not be surprised about movement. And then the set all be all, even if you go look at the volatility for the week, it all culminates on Friday. So Chatadonia, I hope your morning is good. I need to go pee. And yeah, I'm going to give you some propaganda.
And that they might.
And then we'll come back and then
near-term inflation push, but that the Fed needs to look through that to the part that will be about slower growth, not faster.
Yeah, look, when you speak to the retailers, they're all speaking up at this one time. Look, okay, I had an issue one yesterday, Signet. Okay, now that's Zales and that's Kay and Jared. And India is where they source. But I
think it's like half their merch is from India.
But they didn't cut numbers. They raised numbers. So there's a lot of companies that I think are handling this very well. So I'm not, look, is it inflationary? Yeah, but yesterday was a day where people were saying, wow, this is really going to hurt us. Before, everyone, when they first put them in, said, well, they're going to hurt us. I mean, you can't have it both ways. There's a lot of anti-Trump stuff. The tariffs are raising a lot of money. And so if you take that money away, then people think that's what causes the 30-year go to 5.25. So you can't have it both ways. You can't hate Trump for the tariffs and then hate Trump because there's no tariffs. If the court, if they say that you're not allowed to have tariffs, I don't understand how you can have it both ways but only if you hate Trump, no matter what he does.
Well, I think it's more a matter of where the tariff money is coming from, right? I mean, if he argues it's other governments, most economists agree it's a small percentage, actually, that's being paid by foreign
companies. I just keep thinking, like, even the biggest, like Apple, they can move things around. Apple's the toughest one because of China, but because we don't know what's going to happen with China. I mean, China it's like the axis of the 1951 with North Korea invading South Korea.
Well, and they have this military parade this week. Putin and Kim Jong-un in attendance. The president yesterday accusing Xi of plotting with Putin and Kim to conspire against the United States.
Well, I think the president is wise to know that this is a country that's run by the PLA. It's run by the People's Liberation Army. It used to be run by people who are a little more attuned to the world order. Now it's run by the military. People don't talk about it like that because it's pretty naked, but I think they will be talking about it very soon.
Meantime, we're getting some comments a few moments ago from St. Louis Fed President Musalem, a voter, says recent data have increased my perception of downside risks to the labor market. Core inflation running closer to 3 than 2, reflecting some tariff effects. He says tariffs will work through the economy over the next 2 to 3 quarters. The inflation impact to fade, he says, after that. Inflation to reach the 2% target in the second half of 26, and says that there are some risks higher inflation could be persistent. Policy must be based on evolving economic outlook, balance of risks. He did not comment on possible rate cuts at the next Fed meeting. But Jim, you put that together with Hammock and a few others, and a growing sense that we will be living with this for at least another half a year.
But we do have a K economy where the top part is not being hurt. The wealthy people aren't being hurt, but there are 1,000 billionaires. Do you see that? Wow, that was even more than when Lenin came in Russia. But you have the K thing where it's like the top is people who are oblivious, okay? And then the bottom are the people who can't afford Chipotle.
Right. Now, how many times have we gone through the percent of wealth in this country that's owned by the top 10%, top 1%?
I mean, look at McDonald's. They did have to make this back. Now, it's entirely possible. I have Salesforce on tonight. And Salesforce is talking about layoffs because of AI. Those are expensive people. We know that it layoffs for the government. Let's put it this way. Who's hiring? Tell me who's hiring. I read that MSNBC's hiring, but that may have been tradable.
We are going to get some labor data today in JOLTS, which will be important to look at. Jim mentions Chipotle, got some sell-side research on that name and McDonald's.
Finally, there's someone down here who says it's fine. That $28 chicken burrito bowl I had's a lot, but maybe I should have just gone and picked it up and not give the DoorDash so much money. Look, I think that Chipotle is down to a level where it's still got a high-priced earnings model. Not that I want to go out and buy Cracker Barrel. That guy shouldn't have been there. He should have been there. I don't know. I mean, Julia Messina's pretty fun. She's good. I mean, she's the CEO of a Cracker Barrel. But I look at, I think that it's still too early to buy Chipotle because the upper part of the K is not.
That guy should have been there.
We'll get to some of the other retail moves, including Macy's, Dollar Tree, Campbell.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. So, Chattadonia, we got a little bit of time. You got about 6 minutes here. And then we are going to be getting into the pledge. The bonds are actually moving, so a little bit away from the danger zone. That might be decent. But other than that, Chad, if you have any questions, now would be the time. Again, you are going to get the JOLTS jobs opening within 30 minutes. I don't know if it's going to give us much. Again, the revisions last time was the big issue, so you might not really get a shot to see anything from the data if it behaves like that. So we will find out. Other than that, though, I would keep an eye on bonds. Let's see if gold and silver ends up doing it. China is kind of, from a positioning standpoint, they're not doing as good today. But I don't think there was any bad news unless it comes down to the comment that Trump was not happy that they were working with Russia, with the Mother Russia. So other than that, I think it should be a chill open. You'll probably get a little bit of cash movement, and then it'll be all about the data in 30 minutes. Beige book. Oh, yes, there is the beige book. That is the economic or summary of economic conditions, I believe. But I don't know if that'll be too important. So we'll find out. But the non-farms is going to be big. I'm excited for the non-farms. Like we're saying, just what happened last time. If this is finally going to be the moment. I just don't know what I would do if it was revised negative. Because like I'm saying, before you know it, if we start getting negative revised prints, a lot of people, they want the negative prints to mean rate cuts. But I've always told you guys, negative jobs is not That, last time you saw negative jobs was, I think, 09 or 2008. So I would like and prefer if we can avoid that. So we will see. But other than that, should be good. Colgate reaffirms forecast of net sales and organic growth. There was one more, the bond. We didn't hear anything about the judges. They were talking about it today. But other than that, watch the dollar too. Dollar currencies, Europe, but just remember what we went through the last couple months. Really in August, August had seasonality and a lot of other things, but we really couldn't just go the whole month playing this game. So I hope we get something material this month, but if we don't, I don't know, man. It's only the 3rd. We'll find out in a week or two. But that being said, my friends, let's get it ready to go. I hope your morning is blessed. I hope you're blessed. Oh, yeah. My computer. You guys hear me? Okay, there it is. That was weird. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready? I hope you're ready. And I hope every day, man, we have an opportunity to shout this out. I'm glad. I hope we can make a difference. Make a difference with your voice, my friends. And that's what we do. And I hope any of you who have never served, you get an opportunity every day to do this. I hope you use it. And what I'm talking about is honoring the veterans of the United States of America. That is what we do here. Before we chase the dollar, before we try to enrich ourselves, I think it would be almost comical if we didn't give a shout out to our freedom. Why? Because, in other countries, they work and they don't keep what they get. In other countries, things play a little different, and it's just so easy to take all of this for granted. So veterans, active service, past service, I just want to give you a special thank you, and I hope that we could inspire and encourage everybody to show this love, as well as we need $6 billion for veteran housing. But with that being said, I also do want to talk to the veterans and not just telling them thank you, but for real, just veterans, it's your time now. You guys have fought for this country. You have given up so much. Even your families have made that sacrifice. It is now your turn to own a part of it. I hope you get your long term. I hope you get the zero down VA and all of it. And make sure that you are wisely getting good assets and benefiting off of the land that you fought for, my friends. So at the bare minimum, I do just want to say thank you. And I hope any of you who haven't served, man, I don't know what you doing, but the freedom. And big shout out to the families and everybody else out there giving back to their local communities. Doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men, anybody making their community run, baby. God bless you and thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Set the digits! Oh, it's game time, baby. Oh, no! Woo! Oh, yeah, it's game time. It's Wednesday. I'm so tempted to say Tuesday. You have no idea, but yeah, that's it, baby. In September, it's the beginning of September. We'll be done with it. It'll be the first week, but oh, man. Do you know the end of the year is on the way, Chad? Don't let me remind him again. So other than that, I only got a couple plays. We'll go over that in a second, but I think we're a little bit ahead, so we might as well move on over, my friends, to general population. General population. That will be a good time. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I think it should take you there. If it doesn't, it's okay. You'll find it. The Lord is with you. But that's going to be, if you seek, ye shall find. That's what they said. That's what they, yeah. Oh, dude, you're really halfway through you're halfway through everything. You're more than halfway done with the year. You're more than halfway done with the decade. What about eternity? What about the law? I don't even know. So shout out America. God bless you, Chad. I hope your morning ends up good if I don't see you. Other than that, game time. Peace.